G'day, here's a little tip for everyone designing spaces. First, watch your users and then design your space. Seems pretty simple, but a lot of people aren't doing it. A little observation from some time in a bank branch yesterday. Went into the bank to sort out a few things, sitting there watching the world go by, and there was a couple of staff who were front of house. There was a security guard and there was a customer service person working around like a host, walking around trying to direct people in the right places. And what I noticed was both of these two people both had their refillable water bottles. And they don't have an office or a desk to hide them behind, so where do they put them? They find a little nook and cranny within the actual public spaces. One of them, particularly the security guard, had it sitting there in the corner of the window. If you're watching this on the video, I'll put that up in the video. So I guess my point is that this space was designed at a time before people were really using refillable water bottles. These days, everybody seems to be using them. So I think if you're designing a space and you're watching what this guy was doing, what these two people were doing, you would design a subtle place for anyone who was front of house using that space to find a way to discreetly hide their water bottle so that customers don't have to see it. And I think the same would apply with general office workspace as well. Not everybody wants to necessarily stick it on their desk, so maybe the way to design new office furniture would really be to, sort of find a subtle place again to discreetly place the water bottle. Not such a big deal in an office environment if there's no public access, if you like, no people, guests and customers coming front of house. But I do think it's an interesting observation in designing spaces for users. I think we tend to get stuck in designing spaces for what we think people should use it for rather than how they actually use it for. And we don't necessarily adapt to changes in usage by simple things like people using refillable water bottles as opposed to disposable plastic ones, or as opposed to to the water containers, the what do you call them? The water fountain type scenario. Anyway, just a thought and observation when it comes to design and usage. I think it's something that a lot of people overlook. It's what you learn when you sit in a bank for an hour waiting for some service. Alrighty, thank you for your time. I do appreciate it, and I will be back again tomorrow. See ya.